Welcome to another episode of Unqualified Uprising on a brisk October morning. Today is Saturday the 26th. I am your host, Mike. Early voting has started in upstate New York, and it's already getting a little crazy. I'm going to bring in my A++ certified political analyst, Joseph. Welcome back.
Hey, my name's Joe. Welcome.
Hey, your name's Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to welcome producer Adam.
What's up?
So we bought it, and we sort of got it working, but not really. But video coming soon. But you can find us on Rumble, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Twitter. We're going to get into early voting. And, Joe, you've been ranting at me since you've got here. We watched the Trump interview. It's getting close. We determined that there's 10 days left till election. And like I said, in upstate New York, I think all counties are open for early voting. And I would like to hear your feelings on early voting, since you had a lot to say. So go ahead, Joe.
I mean, the voting now in America is a three-ring circus. You have
Shit's falling down behind me.
I don't know what
on.
that was
A whole bunch
either.
of shit happening. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The ghost. Joe Biden.
Yeah, it could be. You got you got 50 states, and everybody has different rules. Some of them you have to send in for an absentee ballot by actually either filling something out online or going to the Board of Elections and requesting one. Others, they just send it out in the mail. So there's no way of knowing whether your vote is secure unless you're in one of the states that has the absentee, where you actually have to request an absentee ballot. Now, with the early voting, almost all 50 states, with the exception of the states that do exclusive mail ballots, which is California, and there's a few other states, they actually scan them in. So it's actually like going on election day and put them through the scanner. It's definitely a lot more secure than a mail-in vote. But the early voting is actually more secure if you wanted to do like an absentee ballot, like you weren't going to be available on November 5th to vote on election day. I think the next best thing would be early voting as opposed to absentee. But you can actually verify in some states that the absentee ballot was received, like New York, like Florida. But some states you can't. There's not anything on the web or anywhere where you could actually verify that the ballot was received. So these are problems. You're talking about a bunch of different moving pieces when it comes to voting that could result in fraud.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am.
So I can't call nobody.
In Florida, you can actually look it up online, and New York.
See where my Amazon package is. See where my vote is.
You can also see where your vote is.
My vote's 10 steps away.
In Pennsylvania, there's no way.
My vote's thrown in the trash. 10 steps away from the trash.
Yeah. It could very well be, though. That's why you want to check it.
So you are a proponent of early voting. You are not opposed to early voting.
I am not, because I think it's more secure than absentee voting, which is sending it by mail. I think it's more secure than trusting that it'll get there, because you're not actually putting it in the scanner when an absentee ballot. You're relying on someone else to do it.
Well, the post office guy.
Yeah.
They got to know what they're doing. They're the post office.
Well, they send it to the Board of Elections, and then you got to hope the Board of Elections puts it in the scanner. It's not the same thing. It doesn't feel the same as you feeding it in the scanner yourself.
I guess.
The other thing is, with the absentee voting, the reason why the security of it was put into light a couple of years ago was there's a lot of states, and they still are doing it.
Yes.
They send ballots. They send mailing vote to everybody on their voter rolls. They're not,
what do you mean?
They're not like California. It's a mail-in voting state.
Yes.
They send the ballots automatically to people that they don't know they're alive, they're dead, or anything. And
but you can still vote in person in California, right?
No.
What do you mean no?
It's all mail-in voting.
I can't go somewhere and get yelled at by some old lady and then pull a handle?
And not only California, there's other states that are all mail-in too. There's a couple of them. I
And they
know
go off the
California is
census.
one of them.
And
Yeah.
they go off the census.
Yeah, but there could be dead people there that are on the vote that you're sending it to. And then let's say the person doesn't get it, but their uncle gets it.
Yeah.
Their uncle can vote for them. Not legally, but they can. You know, so
Yeah, but you have to sign it, don't you?
in New York you do. I don't know about California.
Why would you not sign a ballot?
That's I mean, you would want to sign it. Yeah, in New
Just
York
like a
you
photo
have to.
ID.
In New York, you have to sign it. You have to put it in a secret ballot envelope, or they don't. I have been in a situation with a primary that I actually did vote absentee when I wasn't
Why?
going to be, because I wasn't going to be available.
Where were
on
you going to
election
be? Where were you
I
so
was-
busy you couldn't vote?
I was on vacation.
Where?
I was in Florida.
Doing what?
It was years ago. It was actually before early voting.
Were you
even
voting
began.
in Florida?
No.
Oh. That's what I
So-
figured you were voting in Florida.
Yeah, it would have been nice to vote in Florida.
And I
You
come
get
back
more
and vote
pe-
in New
And
York.
then
more
come back and vote in
more
New York.
people with brains on the ballot in Florida. But yeah, it's crazy.
So you're for early.
Yeah, it's I like voting on election day, but if I was not going to be available on election day, I would do early voting before I would do absentee voting. if
And who
I
you
would
voting for?
be available.
I know it's a personal question. Who you voting for?
Donald Trump.
Who you voting for in the local stuff?
Oh,
Or what is there local stuff or no?
yeah, there's some local elections.
All Republic? Are you going Republican all the way?
Straight ticket, straight down the
Okay.
ticket.
Okay.
Or across,
Vote red
depending
no
on if
matter
it's
who?
vertical or horizontal.
Red,
Yes.
even if they're close to
Yeah.
dead. Yep,
Hey,
we got it.
Hey, here's the thing.
Yeah, blue no matter who, and red they're close to dead.
That's actually this election. I am. That
What?
does not mean every election I vote for. I voted for a Democrat last election.
Who?
You vote for who makes
Who'd you
sense.
vote for last election?
I like the mayor of
Bernie
the,
Sanders?
the mayor of the city where I live.
Yeah.
I actually voted for him because he was running against a Republican
Yeah.
who wasn't a Republican, had really dumb ideas.
What
about
are
the
some of the
police.
ideas?
He wanted to shrink the police force. He wanted to have a public safety division. And he was worried about the police and their interactions with the community. He also wanted to put speed cameras all over the city.
There it is.
You
That's
know?
it. That's
So-
that. Attention, our fan. That's the real reason, right there.
So what?
That fucking speed camera. That's
And
it.
there was also one person in the city council that I voted for who's actually more of a Republican than a Democrat, but by today's standards, because more like a moderate Democrat.
So how'd you find out about these speed cameras? These oppressive speed
Well, he
cameras.
was the idiot, the moron.
Oh
the
my
degenerate,
God! It's public figure. You're allowed to say
was
that.
on the news actually saying that he was going to put speed cameras all over the city. He said it. He was on Channel 10, and he was also talking about the police and how the police. It's not necessarily to send a cop everywhere, and that they need to
Who
have
am I sending?
No, they need to send social workers
So
to
I'm
domestic
sending a social
violence.
worker to a fucking bank robbery?
Yeah, it's just insane. He was just an idiot. He was a liberal disguised as a conservative, and I wasn't going to vote for the moron. I just wasn't. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, you got this guy in the city I'm from.
The city you're
where,
from.
He's improved the city. He's worked on the roads.
Yes.
Put in a bunch of business development, new
Yes.
businesses.
Yes.
A casino.
Yes.
A bunch of stuff.
Yes.
You know, and he's worked with the council to do it.
Yes.
And he's a common sense Democrat. He's not too liberal. And I just figure we just give him a shot. And I voted in the past for other Democrats when it makes sense. It's just this election, it doesn't make sense. The ones that are on my ballot are all morons, including the one running in the presidential column, Kamala Harris. I just can't. And Tampon Tim, I just can't.
Let me ask you an honest question. I want an honest answer.
Yes.
A non-biased answer. It's the Trump question.
Yep.
Okay? What if Trump, on Joe Rogan yesterday, said if he gets elected, he's going to put speed cameras in every state, everywhere. We got to stop these speeders. No more speed cameras everywhere. What would you?
I would vote for him.
You really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
That,
I'm surprised
yes,
about that.
most definitely.
Well, you're gonna be poor anyway. You're gonna be poor in jail anyway, because you ain't living with no speed cameras. Not a chance.
I think I would be fine. I don't speed all the time, Mike. I don't speed half the time I'm driving. I don't really speed at all. I mean, if I'm driving and I'm on the highway, not in a city where I could kill people, but on a
listen,
on a highway,
you know what
I'll go
I'm
like
saying.
10 miles over the speed limit.
Listen, you've never been accused of being a reckless driver.
I'm also not a speeder. I might speed
Listen,
10% of the time.
You know what? YouTube fact checkers, I know you're out there. You need to cite this because that's a lie. You are definitely a speeder. Yes, you do. Yes, you are.
All right, I'm done now. Your turn.
No,
I don't have anything else. Goodbye.
Listen, not goodbye.
Your turn.
Oh my God, my turn. I know you turned the microphone off. Don't get offended.
I know, but it's your turn.
I
You gotta talk.
yeah.
So you gotta figure,
I know. Turn your microphone on so we can at least hear you yelling.
But I'm just saying, you gotta go now.
You're not the only one
Is he
doing this
fired?
podcast. Am I fired again?
I can't find
You're not the only one doing this podcast. You were just ranting and raving. I was asking you questions.
Yeah, I know.
And then I spooked you when I started talking about your driving habits. And he's, yeah, I'm getting my finger. I'm getting the finger point. I got the finger point. Listen. I never said you were a bad driver. Okay? You're a horrible driver. And I'm surprised they let you on the road. But that's neither here nor there. But I think if Trump installed national speed cameras, you would be good, out of respect to Trump. Because you like Trump.
Way I'm going to vote for that witch vice president that is now.
No way.
Just not happening.
Not a chance.
No.
Well, let me ask you a couple of questions. Put down your phone and bring that microphone next to you. And let me ask you a couple of questions. What could I do to get you to vote for Kamala Harris? What would I have to do? I'm being honest. Say I had the power. I'm not a genie, but say I had the power. Would I have to buy you, if I bought you a new car, would you vote for Kamala Harris?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you because you thought about that. What if I bought you a house?
No. What is this?
What do you mean? What is this?
I'll give you a couple.
What do you mean? What is this? It's a question.
No.
Here. I posed this same question to my wife. I'm not going to tell you what she accepted, but it went monetary and it went to a number. I'm asking you the same question flipped. What would it take to get you to vote for Kamala Harris? Is there anything she can do personally? Can she come out and say anything that would make you vote for her? Can she buy you a house? If she gives you a car, would you endorse her? Would you vote for her? What? And it could be anything. She could give you a Five Guys. She could give you ownership in the Mets. What would she have to do? And then I'll tell you what it took my wife to vote for Trump. So there's your question. Your turn, as you say. As you fucking screamed at me.
Well, you didn't
So
really
what-
go. I mean, I thought you were.
What do you mean?
Talk long.
I just talked.
Oh,
I just
okay.
talked for 3 minutes straight and stared at you while I did it. So what would it take for you to vote for Kamala Harris? How much money would I have to put in your hand? And don't say $3 billion because there's pretty much nothing. I would pretty much do anything anybody wanted for $3 billion. Pretty much anybody on the planet would do that. So make it somewhat realistic. If she delivered you a helicopter on a flatbed, would that be enough? If she paid your rent for the next 5 years, would that be enough? I'm being serious. And don't say nothing because that's a bullshit answer.
You're right. It is.
It is a bullshit
It is
answer.
a bullshit answer.
What would
I don't think we'd have to go as far as a house. I mean, a house is like, I especially living in this state.
Okay.
I actually think that if she were to send me on a cruise, that I would do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so a cruise will figure $10,000.
Yeah.
A nice cruise, a Caribbean cruise.
A nice cruise, all drinks and everything
Okay.
paid.
What do you think my wife said to vote for Trump? Yes.
Probably a car or a house.
She went monetary.
Oh.
So how much money do you think she said?
$500,000?
Not even close.
Wow.
Lower.
5,000?
A little bit higher.
10,000?
$25,000.
Wow.
$25,000.
So that's even more. Okay.
I'm just saying that Trump is just the best of two evils right now. You know, you didn't say $10 million. It's not that you don't hate Kamala Harris. If she walked in here right now, you'd be like, oh, Madam President, you probably offer her your seat.
Yeah.
Like, we're not fucking morons. You stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You stand for the national anthem.
Yeah.
We're not. I ain't gonna do. You hang out with congressmen and fucking assemblymen, and you go fishing with them and shit. So we are not gonna.
Yeah.
But I feel like Trump is the better candidate. I really do. He's better.
Yes.
He's better in government than her.
Definitely.
1,000 times better in government than her.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any experience in government. So it's I don't know. And Trump going on Rogan, that was you and I watched a little bit of it. I said, do you remember the phrase I said to you a couple times or no? What did I say to you?
That he was meandering around the
Yes,
question.
he was meandering.
He does that a lot, though. He doesn't do it. He does it
Not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. But you said something specific. You said he describes things with so much detail that the question does get drawn on, and it does seem like he's meandering. He'll get to I think people's issue is Kamala Harris does that and never gets back. She doesn't have that ability to take in all the surroundings and recant every detail in recount. Yeah, no, recant. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Recant every detail with photographic precision. Trump seems to be able to do that.
She didn't even know in the last debate she had with Trump whether there were people in overseas. She said there were no troops overseas.
Who said that?
Came up in the debate.
Who said that?
Kamala Harris.
There's troops all over the place.
But Kamala actually said that, and someone I know who's real liberal picked it up too and told me, it was like, she shouldn't have said that there's no troops anywhere. That's what she said, though. We don't have troops anywhere in the Middle East.
That's bullshit. We have military bases all over the place.
And the fact checkers should have caught her. And
fact checkers.
yeah.
Fact checkers.
Yeah, they fact check conservatives.
Yeah,
Is what they fact check.
Do you really
Now,
think
there was actually something that was brought up a few years ago about Trump, where they said if he killed somebody in the middle of Manhattan or on Fifth Avenue, would you still vote for him?
And would you say, like, yeah? How many times did you check that yes box? Like 17?
I did not say yes. No,
You definitely said
and it
yes.
wasn't a poll. I would not vote for him if he killed somebody.
Really?
However, I mean, petty crimes. Who knows? I mean, yeah.
So if Trump beat somebody up, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if he beat, especially if they deserved it, you know.
Oh my God,
because there are people that do deserve it.
So if someone wasn't paying their bill at Trump Hotel, and he roughed them up a little bit in a restaurant,
You'd be fine with it?
and tossed them out, you'd still vote for him?
Probably. Or if he stole somebody's mail.
Yeah, you'd still vote for him?
Probably, yeah.
What about all the broad stuff, all the sex stuff?
I can
You don't
care
care.
less about it.
Yeah.
I care about someone based on policy, based on how I think they're going to run the country.
How you think he's
going
gonna run the country?
I think he's going to run it like a capitalist. I think there's going to be a lot of deregulation on stuff. I think the economy is going to be able to function
Shoot
better.
the ozone
I think
layer.
we're going to have better energy. We're going to have energy that's here, like oil and gas, is going to be domestic drilling, which is going to drive down the energy prices, which is going to make the whole economy function better. It's going to lower the gas prices. Because it's going to lower the gas prices, the food prices are going to come down. It'll be easier for people to afford food and other commodities, electronics, everything, because everything gets transported on a gas-powered truck.
I hope they frack. I hope they frack so much that I walk out my front door and I step off into my lawn and it turns into a bottomless fucking pit and I just fall forever. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking great. No.
No.
Why don't they use nuclear power? That's what they should use.
Well, yeah. I mean, he actually got into an argument.
Who's he fighting with?
Elon Musk in the interview where Elon Musk talked about nuclear power, and he said you have a marketing problem with that because he said that
course.
You would have
HBO's Chernobyl.
Yeah.
That's the worst marketing you'll ever get.
That's what Trump said, though. Because,
no, I doubt that's what Trump said. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. But Trump said you would have a marketing problem with that because if you use it on the land, it would be useless, like a nuclear weapon. If you bomb an area, that land is useless for years. So a lot of people want to stay away from nuclear energy for that reason.
Well, that's
what he said, Trump.
Have you ever actually seen? And
I watched the interview. Yes.
No. Have you ever actually seen HBO's mini docu-series? It's
no.
Docu-series taken very lightly on Chernobyl.
No.
It is so brutal. So the core melted down. It exploded as soon as oxygen went in there. All the tips of the fuel rods were boron or some shit. It accelerated the nuclear fission process and everything exploded.
Yeah.
So the firemen got there and they picked up the graphite tips of these fuel rods and were like looking at them, trying to figure out what the fuck they were. This is a firefighter with a helmet on and a jacket and gloves, and he threw it on the ground, and the next thing you know, they look at this guy and his whole hand he's got like a hole in his hand is melted off. But the issue with Chernobyl and the issue with nuclear power and why it's got such a bad rap is because the Russians did it the cheapest way they possibly could. They didn't use the right enriched fuel. They didn't cool the reactor the way they were supposed to. They did everything on the cheap, and that's why it fucking blew up. I don't care if they should. I wish they put a nuclear reactor behind my house. That's fine. Do it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. You don't care, do you?
No.
I just don't want to drink the water anymore. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Give you superpowers.
Yeah, superpower water. I don't know. Joe, I don't know.
Weren't they talking about putting solar panels up?
No, well, that's my wife's fear that they put solar panels behind
me. But yet
me.
she's so liberal. She votes liberal all the time.
Well, that's a different... Go ahead.
He's got to figure that out there.
Go ahead.
Solar panels.
Go ahead.
I'm fine.
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with solar panels, but why not keep the energy here in the community where it's power, not ship it fucking downstate?
That's what happens. That's ridiculous that they ship it downstate.
Is that true?
Yeah.
They do. It's mainly for New York City.
Is that true?
For upstate New York.
That can't be true.
That is true. It is true.
Well, Trump's going to stop it. How do we get Trump to stop it?
I don't know about that. I don't know how much of it he's going to stop in New York. New York has a super majority. All three branches of government are Democrat. And we got the idiot Kathy Hochul is the worst one of all of them.
Yeah, Kathy Hochul. I saw your early Rumble video.
She's a moron.
Trying to branch off. Fucking Kathy Hochul. I don't know. She seems like a nice lady.
A nice idiot. Well, she's a nice idiot.
But, I mean, don't you want to have lunch with her?
Well, she's taking care of the speed cameras, and she's actually... But she's not doing speed cameras, though. She's doing red light cameras, which
you hate even more.
I don't run red lights, so I don't actually know. Yeah, but they're going to get a lot of people. They're going to get people that are drunk that shouldn't be driving anyway.
Drunkies?
Yeah, they're going to get a lot of those people at night.
And what are they going to do?
Put
a red light camera? No, they're not.
Well, they're going to. What I'm saying is they're going to get them for running red lights.
No, they're not.
Yeah, but they're also going to get The normal person.
Who's that?
Well, normal people that the light turns yellow and they go through it.
I do
because
that. I do that shit all
I
the
know the
time.
timing is different on every traffic light, so they're going to get people like that too. Lots of people.
Do you vote in all your local elections where you live?
Unless I don't like the person, I will vote in the elections. I vote. Yes.
And do they know you at the polls?
They know that I vote a lot because they know
How much is a lot?
every time there's an election.
Are you the first one in?
Are you the first one standing in line?
Usually because I come early in the morning, like
That's a yes.
6:30, 7 o'clock. Usually there's like a couple of people that vote.
And what do you say to them?
Get out of my way. I got to vote.
No, I'm being serious.
I just say I'm here to vote, and they ask me my name, and I give them
And
my
what do you
name.
tell them?
I give
fake
them my name.
A fake name.
And then they give me, they tell me to sign something. They compare it to the last signature I had to make sure it's really me.
Do you tell them, listen, lady, I ain't got a fucking pen.
And then they give me the ballot, and I fill out the ballot. And I do not always vote one party. I mean, I remember the governor's race like a few years ago.
Pataki?
No, when Hochul.
The blind guy?
When Lee Zeldin was running.
Oh, Lee Zeldin.
I had voted for someone in there, not the governor, but one of the locals that was actually third party, So I had voted for third party. I voted for a Republican. There might have even been one Democrat I voted for. But I can't. You have to vote based on who do you think that would be, if you were hiring someone for a job, for employment, who do you want to do that job?
Depends on what kind of job.
Well, yeah. But
What kind of job are we talking about?
Like if you're running a business.
What kind of business? A wig factory?
Yeah, or like an office or something like
An
that.
office? I like wig factory.
Yeah, wig factory.
Okay.
Who do you want? Like, who's going to have the best? It's almost like that with the country. You want
the best wig makers.
Yeah. What are the important issues to you? You want them to be good with the
Me?
Yeah. I want. Here's what I want.
Yeah, tell me what you,
yes.
Yosef, want. What do you want? You personally.
Yes, I want a good economy.
That's what does that mean?
Somewhat a good economy.
No, listen to me. I understand what a good economy means, but get more specific.
Okay, so
you want shit to cost less.
Yes, less cost, plenty
less
of
corporate
jobs,
greed,
less taxes, because taxes just
there we go.
is theft. Okay,
too much regulation.
Yeah,
we got to have some.
Yes,
you can't just dump nuclear waste into the fucking river.
It's not just that.
Don't say why not over there.
No,
I notice you're very quiet. Don't say fucking why not.
Trust busting is important too.
I wasn't gonna say that.
So
dumping oil in the river.
No, yeah, I know. The FDA.
Well, you can pee in the river. That's fine. But you can't. I'm serious.
Yeah, I know.
But no dumping oil in the river.
Yeah. But
I don't care about a minnow species.
Yeah.
Trump talked about Canada has so much water, but we can't get it because of a little fish that we want to preserve.
I mean, and that's
no offense. I love animals and nature, but fuck that fish.
Yeah.
I want to drink.
So
fuck you and your fish, Canada.
Yeah. So I care about the economy. I care about
that fish.
Foreign policy and
foreign policy.
Them keeping the military strong so we could defend ourselves.
What about sex change?
I could give two shits.
Okay.
I am straight. I could care less about. I could really care less.
I mean in the military.
Care less. Sex change in the military. Isn't that like sex change in the United States after you're 18? You can get it done. There's no controversy.
No, except we pay for it.
The controversy.
We pay for it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could.
Well, the military pays for it.
I mean, this is not one of the top 3 or the top 5 things that I have concern
I don't really
about.
give a shit about what you're doing. You're going to fight war. I don't care if you cut your fucking ears off and hang them from your fucking balls.
I know what you mean.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
Those people are going to fight in war. They're braver than us. We're talking in the basement.
So, yeah, economy, foreign policy, crime.
Joe the diplomat. I see him diplomating all over the place. Crime.
I could give a shit about abortion either. I think I told you my opinion about that earlier, Mike. I think they should just leave it the way it is, and people that are pro-life should be able to choose life, and people that are pro-choice should be able to choose to have an abortion.
Well, no.
I
they
mean,
should-
I do think they should get the government out of it and leave it up to the like a
doctors.
medical procedure. Yeah,
But they should be able to do it in all 50 states.
exactly.
And it should be a doctor.
Yes.
I guess the state would have to know. Maybe due to HIPAA regulations. I don't know how that works, but
yeah,
how about you just do it and nobody knows about it? How about that?
exactly.
Because I don't want to know about that shit.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a bunch of shit that dudes don't want to know about females.
Yeah,
That's one of them.
exactly.
You know, I don't want to know what you got in your purse.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of weird shit in there. There's all sorts of shit in there. You ever dug in a woman's purse? I know you're whatever.
Yeah.
But oh my lord. It's like the holy fucking grail in there. They got all sorts of shit in there. They got food, they got
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
chapstick, they got money, lighters, anything you need, they got.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking pepper spray, you name it, they got it. So that's what you want. That's all you care about. Foreign
Yes.
policy, the economy, and crime.
The economy is number one. Crime is number two.
Yes.
Foreign policy, and I include the military, the strengthening of the military in that. That's number three. Those are the top three.
3 strikes, you're out.
Those are the top three. If they don't have that, I'm not really interested in them.
Okay, what you got over there, small fry? You look like you want to talk.
No, just stretch.
Oh, you just stretching?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I care about. I need someone with intensity to run the country. I need someone, and I'm not saying they need to be mean tweeting all the time, but I disagree with my significant other because I get that the president should be a respected professional in his duties. But I also wish that there was a professional way that the president of the United States could tell somebody to go fuck themselves, go pound sand somewhere, and be able to be more of a force. And I think that's what draws a lot of people to Trump. He's charismatic, but not in the dogmatic fucking driving people into a fervor as some of the bad people from World War II or fucking some of the bad people from Asia, Genghis Khan, all them people. They were able to. It was like a cult. Like people call it MAGA a cult. I don't really see a bunch of people driving their trucks around with flags is not a cult.
No, it's
No,
not.
no offense. I would consider Black Lives Matter way more culty than Trump
Yeah.
because every Trump supporter I've ever met can tell you bad things about Kamala Harris, could tell you bad things about Biden, but could also tell you a lot of bad things about Trump. You know, I might not always, you see the majority of the answers are, I might not always agree with him, but I'm voting for him nonetheless because I agree with him more than I disagree with him. Kamala Harris, I disagree with almost everything she says when she actually says something. And it's not just, I know they're saying word salad, but word salad is too much credit. It's like ineptitude. It's bad answers. I could answer those questions better on CNN in that town hall. And I'm not running for public office.
Yeah.
But if someone asks you a question, you at least got to feign. She goes completely to some other subject. Like you should at least pretend that you know a little bit about what you're talking about.
Deflect.
No, you can't deflect anymore. There's 2 weeks. That's it.
Less
There's
than
10
two-
days.
less
There's
than
10
2
days
weeks.
till the election. There's no more deflecting. It's over.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Exactly.
You can't say that. Listen, I watch this bullshit. I watch a lot of people that do movie critics. A lot of movie critics. Critical Drinker, Space Ice. I watch a ton of shit on YouTube. One of the pages I watch is called what the fuck is it called? Pointless Hub. Okay, Pointless Hub. They talk about this movie called Moonfall. Have you ever heard of it? Moonfall. What?
Yes.
Yes, Moonfall. So guess what's happening in the movie Moonfall, Joe?
The moon is full.
The moon is fucking falling, right? So it's coming down onto the planet. They got a spaceship. They're going to go up and try to fucking stop it, right? The spaceship breaks down. They need a part. They need a specific part. Instead of, and it's probably like a Saturday afternoon, but nonetheless, the whole fucking world is about to end. And NASA just gives up because they need a part for their shuttle. Instead of, getting a hold of someone to get this part to put in the shuttle and save the rest of the fucking world, they just give up and walk away.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that. It's so that they everything's wrong. Everything's backwards. It just I don't know. I don't know. Tell me what I was talking about again. You.
What?
What was I just talking about?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Moonfall.
What was I talking about
Moonfall,
before
the movie.
Moonfall?
About the moon falling and about how the planet was.
The government just gave up.
Yeah.
So Kamala Harris didn't go on Joe Rogan due to a scheduling. Like that was one of the issues. There was a scheduling issue. That's what the media released.
Yeah.
There's also another answer that the media released. They said that Kamala Harris's handlers gave Joe Rogan guidelines and gave him questions or frameworks of questions or kind of like an overview of what he can and can't talk to her about it. And the reports that I have seen, whether or not confirmed, I can't give you that. They unconfirmed rumors at this point. Unqualified Uprising is not responsible for any rumors, falsehoods, or flim-flams that we talk about. The rumor is Joe Rogan said no. And Trump don't need a teleprompter.
Yeah.
Trump can drone on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Probably as much as we can drone on and on and on. But if I was Kamala Harris, I'd be doing everything and anything I could possibly do. I'd be campaigning for like kissing babies and shaking hands from 6 a.m. till fucking 11 o'clock at night. You got 10 days. 10 days. Some people can't be ready for a job in 10 fucking days.
No, I know.
My last vacation didn't last 10
She
days.
was never ready for the job. She was never ready for the job.
I still remember when she called Joe Biden a big racist and said that he opposed busing when she was fucking trying to walk into school and shit. It was an awful moment. But my political party enjoys that shit. We love racism, I guess, for some reason. I don't understand.
They're definitely the more racy party. I actually had a real liberal, like woke liberal.
Woke?
Really woke.
How woke? What color's their hair? Is it blue?
No, it was what color is her hair? Her hair is like it's highlighted, but it's mainly pink.
Okay, there you go.
But she was telling me.
Do you want something to drink, Joe? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
She was telling me that when it comes to Kamala Harris, that she could tell that there's already a lot more race in it than there needs to be, because people are saying that she's not black enough or she's too black, and then there's
She's not black enough.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the liberals were saying about her when she first came in.
What is she supposed to do?
Yeah, she can't do anything. That's why I don't actually support that racial stuff.
That's a weird argument.
Yeah.
Like, what does she got to come out in, like, African garb? Like, I don't even. I think she's Hindi.
I think so too.
I don't think. Are you Hindi and
She's
Spanish?
Indian. Yeah.
What is she supposed to come out? Jesus, people are so. They're so dumb.
They're
so
really
fucking dumb.
They're stupid people.
I mean, I guess the question you really got to ask yourself, and I've heard it posed on many different podcasts and many different interviews: was your life better when Trump was president? Was the president of the United States? Maybe a little. Probably inconsequential to most people, right? Like, other than Trump being president, how much did it benefit you?
I'm gonna
You specifically, though.
Okay, yes, I'm only gonna talk about
Yeah.
this.
Would you get an extra $75 in tax breaks?
No, can I talk?
Yes, sir. Well, you
Okay.
got you. I don't
Okay.
want to get
I
fired.
just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
Too late. You're not gonna get
I'm
fired.
gonna get fired again.
So, when it comes to the period between 2016 and 2020, I actually had
Golden years of America.
Yeah, well, I actually had a lot more money. I had a lot more available money, and I also had. I was actually able to invest more money into stocks and stuff like that. Where now I have less money, I have a lot more debt. And I don't have money to invest in stocks other than my retirement. So I am in a lot different of a situation. I don't know about other people here. I mean, maybe Mike generates so much revenue he doesn't know. But
With
I
my
mean,
podcast?
well, no, the job you have there. But, but yeah, I've noticed it a lot. I also noticed that they take a lot more taxes out of my paycheck. The FICA and the Social Security actually went up like a few years ago.
Yeah, while Trump was in office.
No, it was not when Trump was in
office.
office.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Wasn't it signed by his administration?
It was 2 years ago that it had gone up.
To pay for the illegal immigrants, probably, right?
Yeah, that's why they did it. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might have. I mean, I don't remember, but it's possible that when Trump was in office, it might have went up a little. I mean, I don't remember it going up. I remember it going up under the Obama administration before Trump took over. They raised it because everyone was complaining at a job that I had 10 years ago when Obama was president that their FICA went up. The FICA tax went up.
Who do you think the worst president in history is? Because they say it's Trump. I can't remember what poll it was, but they released a poll last year that said
they're
that
just
Trump
biased
is the worst
assholes.
president
Fucking degenerates.
They are degenerates.
Yeah,
You're right.
The
You're right.
media, they're just a joke.
And you don't normally curse.
Yeah.
So for you to curse, that means you probably
You're
a little
mad.
excited. You're mad.
Yeah. The worst president in history,
I know who he's gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you that I know, but go ahead.
Jimmy Carter. And then second worst
Yes.
would be Joe Biden.
That's who I thought he was gonna say first.
And then the third,
I know who he's gonna say third.
the third worst is Herbert Hoover,
No.
who was the
I
president
was
during
wrong.
the Depression.
Yes.
And then the fourth is Obama.
There it is. I was waiting for that one.
So that's your top four there.
The worst presidents.
Yeah.
Where do you put Trump?
Oh, so like if you're talking about best presidents.
Yeah, I'm talking that Trump's sitting over there in that chair and we're interviewing him.
Oh,
No. He's sitting there.
All right.
And we got and he goes, hey Joe, how good of a president was I? Where do I rank out of the 47 presidents?
He might not like my ranking, but
Really?
I'm going to give him my ranking. The very best president the United States
I know
ever
who you're going
had,
to say here.
and has done the most consequential stuff for the country with the ending of slavery and everything, is Abraham Lincoln.
That's not who I thought you were going to say.
He was the best of the best. Second,
You really believe that?
yes.
Okay.
Second would be Ronald Reagan.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not kidding you.
I know.
The economy was, from what I understand, I was too young to remember. The economy was incredible back then. You could lose your job, get a much better paying job. You felt good, everything. And then third is Donald Trump.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's how.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's how I would rate them. First, Abe Lincoln, unfortunately assassinated, ended his life way too early. Second, Ronald Reagan. Third, Donald Trump. And I don't know, but I liked Richard Nixon as the fourth. I think Richard Nixon.
Out of everybody,
And
you
I
said
don't.
Nixon?
Yeah, Richard Nixon. It was very questionable. I mean, what he did, you know, there was the Watergate thing and all, but
But was
I
the
mean-
economy good?
he had major improvements before Jimmy Carter took over.
So has anybody noticed a pattern with young Joseph's pick? Seems to be a lot. You're a little economist over there. You've been watching too much that show on
CNBC.
CNN. Mad Money.
I don't watch that idiot Jim Cramer.
Yeah, you love that
Oh,
guy.
the guy yells and screams. He's a freaking idiot. I mean, here's what I like. I like Kevin O'Leary.
You like Morning
Um,
Joe?
Kevin O'Leary's awesome.
I like listening. I do listen to Morning Joe every once in a while,
Oh,
too.
wow.
Joe.
I try to get a little bit of Morning Joe in. I
Why?
mean, sometimes he has like
Joe Scarborough?
Well, yeah, because I could hear a little bit of the other side, but not and
You don't want to hear that side.
just a little bit, just so I know what's going on.
yeah, but he's insane. They're insane.
He is nuts. I'll agree. I mean, it's not as bad as Rachel Maddow, but I mean, he's pretty out of his
That's a
mind.
handsome boy.
Yeah, yeah. But
That's a
once in
real
a while, I'll
handsome
turn it
little
on
boy
for
they
like
got
5-10
there.
minutes, listen to it.
Man, I don't know how you stomach fucking those
I don't
people.
know. There's another show that I like listening to on Fox 5 called Good Day New York, but that's on Fox, and it's a little bit more of a conservative take on like Good Morning America, because Good Morning America is very liberal.
What about News Nation with
Yeah.
Chris Cuomo?
Yeah, what
No, I
about
don't
News
listen.
Nation?
Chris Cuomo was a joke. He always was a joke.
Listen, he could probably beat us up, but I fucking hate that guy.
I can't
He
stand him
sucks.
either. Yeah.
He's a lying COVID faker.
Yeah. He is.
COVID faker, not even a COVID
He put
denier.
Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, on a pedestal.
Well, that's his brother. That's his,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
his loving brother.
Oh yeah.
Who loved everyone. He loved too close to the sun.
Andy.
Yep, he governor boss too close to the sun. Andy, yeah.
Andy.
Candy Andy, I love it. I think the best president was George Washington. And right on his fucking coattails was FDR. And a little bit down the road was Teddy Roosevelt. And then Al Gore, maybe.
Al Gore. He
Yeah, Al
wasn't
Gore.
a president.
Oh,
You can't count him.
Janet Reno. Janet Reno. You
was
know
she
Janet
a president?
Reno. I think so.
No.
Oh.
You got to pick actual presidents, man.
Michael
What do you
Dukakis.
like best about George Washington? Why was he better than Abraham Lincoln?
Why was George Washington better than
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, what did you like more about him?
Well,
What did he do
I
that
know
was
they
more
call them
consequential?
commanders in chief. You know that, right?
Yeah.
The president is commander in chief. I'm actually I'm pretty sure George Washington was a general, a combat general.
Revolutionary War.
Yeah, a combat general.
Yeah. That was when they would actually fight with the people, unlike now where they fight
Press
the people.
buttons. Press
Yeah,
buttons.
yeah.
I think George Washington crossed the Potomac or whatever, that famous
The Delaware.
Delaware. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
When he's on the boat with the sword and shit.
Yeah, I forgot about him. He's definitely up there with the rest.
George Washington was offered a third term in as many terms as he wanted. He said, I left England to get outside of I don't want to be ruled again. And I don't want to be King Washington. I would just be President Washington.
Yeah, I remember that. That was classy.
It's debatable how he treated black people because supposedly he had, I think Thomas Jefferson was the one, but I think George Washington had slaves that he set free or some shit. But in the context, everybody had slaves. Everybody before Abraham Lincoln, or years before Abraham Lincoln, had fucking slaves. But I think it's Washington. Whoever I said next. Who did I say next? I said George Washington, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, Thomas Jefferson, and
Teddy was a little bit of a diplomat too.
well, he was the Rough Riders or whatever. He went
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. He went and rode horses and fucking killed people in some foreign country down south, maybe in Mexico or some shit. I don't know what he did. He did a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. Adam, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite presidents? I don't really knock you as a history guy, but you know, do you have any favorite presidents? Chester A. Arthur.
No, I did like I was too young to vote for him when the election was coming up, but I'd say George W. What?
Oh,
George W.
listen to that. What are you saying?
I'm saying that George W. is he was very. He had a way of doing things that
Okay.
was different than his party normally does. Like when it came to the economy and stuff like that. Like when it came to capitalism.
Sure.
He was definitely more liberal when it came to that stuff. Like the stuff that he did to try to prevent a recession that we ended up going into anyway. I remember Bill Clinton before him when the economy was booming, and then Enron, and then after that,
Yeah.
Bush took over and it went down the sewer even more. And he was trying to help. He started, our national debt went up high when he was in office because he was trying to help the people. And he started doing this cash for clunkers thing. And my dad traded in this.
5.877 cars for kids. That's 8777.
Where he was
cars
giving
for
away all
kids.
the money. I don't know. I mean, I think he was probably, he handled 9/11 extremely good. Better than anyone we could have ever had in office.
Come on.
At that time.
You don't believe that.
But 9/11 he did.
You don't believe
Not
that.
not Iraq. Not Iraq. But when he went into Iraq, that was over with. He was already in Afghanistan doing that. But 9/11 he did handle pretty good, and he was able to get everybody to rally around him. I
will give you that, but he looked like a fucking buffoon.
Well,
During.
The media made him look like a
just
buffoon.
because he wasn't a very articulate speaker.
He wasn't an
And
articulate
did
speaker.
some goofy things. He got a
Listen,
shoe
I liked
thrown
him. I'm
out.
a fan. I thought he was.
You
I
did?
thought,
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did. Like the problem with the Republican Party is me, is me. No, but you know what? It is me because I agree with everything they say, but as soon as they start with the religion nonsense, that's it. Like when you, to me, start telling you over there,
Yeah.
uber religious, mega religious, mega MAGA religious, when you say that shit to me, everything you say after I'm uber religious and you start telling me, I disassociate. I look through you.
I know you're an
I don't-
atheist.
I'm
It's
not
okay.
an atheist.
You're not?
No.
Oh.
I'm not an atheist. No.
Interesting.
I'm not an atheist.
I thought you were. I didn't.
No, because I believe in something. Organized religion scares me. More death has occurred due to religion than anything, even more than money. So think about that. You know that. What do you mean, okay? You know that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And what are you, Christian?
Yeah.
Well, look at your behavior. You ain't better than nobody.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? What do you mean, okay? I don't think it's fair that you can go around and kill 7,000 people and then just absolve yourself at the end of your life and say you pray to Jesus or you pray to this
Yeah.
person and then you're set free. Don't that sound a little...
Yeah.
Do you think a guy got 2 of every animal on a boat?
No.
Come on.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
What do you mean you believe that? Do you believe you should have any say in what some chick in Alabama wants to do with her baby?
I could care less.
That's-
I've told you this before.
I know, but that's why you're different.
Yeah.
That's why you as religious as you claim to be are still
the Republican.
you have reality.
Yeah, because the Republican Party and the politicians
Yes.
should not. I mean,
Yes.
even if you make a case that they're religious, they're not the judge. God is the
Correct.
judge. So just let.
What if I'm Muslim?
Even
when you
But
say shit like
I
that?
know, but just let them choose whatever they want. They want an
Right.
abortion, let them get one. They
Okay.
don't want one. It's just like
Right.
going to Walmart and filling up a cart full of
I get
groceries.
it.
You have the choice whether you want to steal those groceries
Right.
or whether you want to pay for them.
Right. But what I
It's your choice.
right.
You know?
Right. What I'm saying is how I disassociate when the Republicans start talking about religion and abortion. I can only imagine, and I'm not a bleeding heart, so don't accuse me of that, but I can only imagine some fucking Muslim dude with his family who's an American, born in America, he works some fucking shitty job and gets a whole bunch of fucking money. What are you looking at? Is my wife here?
No.
Oh, you scared me for a second.
Was.
Oh, you know, did you see a ghost?
I don't know. I heard something.
Yeah, I heard something too, but I don't know what it was. What were we talking about?
The Muslims.
Oh,
Yeah.
or what if there's some Protestant, or what if there's some fucking Jewish person, Jewish family, and they hear their congressman, you know, blah, 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 and then they go on about God and this and God and that. Well, some people don't worship Jesus or worship the God or worship your God specifically. That's why I think the Republicans really need to get off that religious shit.
I agree with.
I know you do.
I agree with you.
You agree with the statement.
Here's the.
You might not agree with what I'm saying.
The only thing that I differ a tiny bit is if the Republican candidate or person that's trying to obtain office is in a church, then it's a little different. If they're actually making the speech, because sometimes they'll go to churches and try to get people to vote for them.
Well, I think they're fakes. I think they're frauds.
Well, I mean,
I
if they're,
think there's
I
big
understand you might, but the Christians that they're talking about, and because they're Christian, I think it's okay they talk religion if they're at a church.
No, I'm fine with that, but
Yeah.
when they're screaming it in the halls of Congress,
Yeah,
I
don't like
that.
that.
Really
I think
disenfranchises
I
me.
think that's dumb. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's dumb in the halls of Congress to be talking about it.
And you're doing shit for God, and you're doing shit for this. Listen, you should be doing stuff for your constituents. If your constituents want that, then whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It almost becomes fanatical, and I don't know. I just don't like religion and politics mixing, and I don't know which one I dislike more. Religion or politics. I like politics.
I like that. Politics is okay. I mean, you know.
Just not a religious guy.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you guys feeling? You want to go to Taco Bell?
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking about it because we got to get moving anyway.
Okay.
Could lock my dogs up, then we can go to Taco Bell. We'll save this podcast and we can
Sounds
go
good.
eat some Taco Bell or something like that. Taco Bell or Burger King? What are you thinking?
I ain't picky.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
am not
Taco Bell
picky.
sounds good.
Tom, what do you say?
Tom? Or Five
Thomas.
Guys? You want to do Five Guys?
Yeah, that would be great.
Five Guys?
Yeah.
Five Guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Five Guys. So we'll wrap this up and we'll save it. And then we'll put it up on Wednesday. Like and
Yep.
subscribe on Rumble. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Another episode of Unqualified Uprising. My name is Mike. Bye for now.